welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, we're only 2 days. We're only 2 days away from the return of Keith one-time Thurman. Now, he'll be fighting in Sydney, Australia, and he's taking on a young lad by the name of Brock Jarvis. Now, to be honest with you guys, I really didn't know much about Brock Jarvis, so I went and looked him up. I looked at some of his highlights. I looked at some of his fights, and he's a young lad. He's 27 years of age, 20-1. But to be honest with you guys, I really didn't see anything special about him as a fighter. You know, I saw some flaws there. I saw a guy who's lacking a jab. I saw a guy who's not very fluid in his movement, very stiff and robotic. I saw a guy who's very aggressive. He's a very aggressive fighter, but I think he can be reckless with his aggression, in my opinion. I just think that, you know, he's food. I think he's food for Keith one-time Thurman. And don't get me wrong, I always talk about never underestimating your opponent, which I think Keith Thurman should never underestimate this guy. But I just think they're on different levels. Just watching, you know, comparing the skill sets of the two. Say what you want about Keith Thurman, you know, he's an older guy. He's, what, 36 years old. He's been out of the ring for quite some time, and he's had a lot of adversities, some of them being self-inflicting, like not, you know, fighting Errol Spence Jr. when Errol Spence Jr. was chasing him when he was the guy at 147 pounds. And I think that was a winnable fight for Keith Thurman. And of course, the plaguing injuries. And in my opinion, I think he was a victim of his own success. You guys know Keith Thurman was a two-belt champion at 147 pounds. And I think, you know, he was a victim of his own fame. I think he lost a passion for the sport. Now, to be honest, I think he got that passion back. And I've been watching him leading up to this fight. He's been all over YouTube, all over podcasts and other channels. And the thing about Keith Thurman is he is a very skilled fighter. You know, he has great footwork. He has great speed. He has a very high boxing IQ. And I think the best thing, in my opinion, the best attribute about Keith Thurman is his belief in himself. You can see it if you watch a lot of his interviews. Even when he's trash talking with Brock Jarvis, you can see that belief in himself. And I think that his resolve to become a champion, once again, has never been stronger. And I think that's the best attribute about Keith Thurman. So I'm very interested in this fight and seeing Keith Thurman jumpstart his career, because I think he has the tools to become a champion once again. I think he has the tools to get back into the good graces of the fans. He's made a lot of mistakes. But I think he can regain that popularity. I think he can become a champion once again. I think he can be that name once again in the sport of boxing. But he's going to have to show and prove. And he has the tools, and I think he has the resolve. And I think Brock Jarvis, I think he's food. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to stop him in the first round like Liam Payro did. But I will say I think he may stop Brock Jarvis within 6 rounds. He may not want to stop him within the first round. He may want to get some rounds in and, you know, just get his feet wet once again when it comes to the sport of boxing, because it's been quite some time. But we'll see. I think he stops him within 6 rounds. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think about Keith Thurman. Are you interested in his fight? Do you think Keith Thurman can be a champion once again, but at 154 pounds? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.